Hello, dear teachers. My name's Jungil. Welcome to our Lingua Tea Club. In today's lesson, I want you to pay attention to the types of tasks learners do to practice vocabulary related to weather. If you wish, turn in the book to Unit 10C, page 165. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. As for me, I feel a bit under the weather. By the way, do you know what it means to feel under the weather? Now, let's have a look at this picture. Look at the girl. Does the girl look fine and healthy? No, it looks like she's caught a cold because she rolled up in the blanket. Okay, so when you feel good and healthy, do you feel under the weather? No. When you're sick, are you under the weather? Yes. So remember this idiom. Okay, let's start our lesson. Guess what are we going to talk about today? Yes, we'll talk about weather forecast. First of all, open your 6th grade textbook to page 165. Now, read these questions, work with your classmate and discuss them. Alright, let's share our ideas with the class. You are right, we have 4 seasons in Kyrgyzstan. But what does it mean to have all 4 seasons? It means that we have crisp air in autumn, cold and snow in the winter, mild temperatures and rain in the spring and hot summers. In some countries like Egypt and far northern Russia, they don't have much variance in temperature. It's mostly always hot or cold, so we're lucky to have all 4 seasons. And what about the weather? Look at the pictures. What's the weather like in pictures A to F? Match the phrases to the pictures. Now work with your classmate and compare your answers. Alright, let's check our ideas with the class. What's the weather like in picture A? Right, it's sunny. What about picture B? Right, it's snowy. What's the weather like in this picture? Yes, it's cloudy. What about picture D? Correct, it's windy. What's the weather like in picture E? It's rainy. And it's foggy in picture F. Good job! Now work with your classmate again, point to the pictures, then ask and answer the question. What's the weather like in pictures A or B? For example, what's the weather like in picture A? Right, it's sunny. Now let's complete the table with the words about weather. Look at the first picture. What's this? It's wind. And what's the weather like? It's windy. Now, work with your classmate and compare your answers. Alright, let's check it all together. It's rain. It's rainy. There are clouds. It's cloudy. It's a storm. It's stormy. It's the sun. It's sunny. It's snow. It's snowy. Let me ask you something. What's the right way to say it's rainy or it's raining? Yes, both of them are correct. In English, we can say it's raining and it's rainy. It's snowing and it's snowy. Look at these two sentences. It's raining now. In the first sentence, when we say it's raining, it means now. Remember, snowing and raining are verbs. In the second sentence, when we say it's a rainy day today, the word rainy is adjective, which describes day, which is a noun. So snowy and rainy are adjectives. Okay, class, let's look at these sentences. It's snowing. The roads are icy today. Which word about the weather is an adjective? And which one is a verb? You're right, in the first sentence, snowing is a verb. Remember, to be snowing. In the second sentence, the roads are icy today. Icy is an adjective. Now let's complete the sentences with the words about the weather. Choose the correct word. Now, work with your classmate and compare your answers. Alright, let's share our answers together. Put on your sweater, it's really cold today. It's going to rain. Take an umbrella. It's winter. The roads are slippery. It's icy. The sky is gray. It might rain soon. It's cloudy. All right, boys and girls, can you look at this map? What can you see here? Yes, the names of the cities. Where are they, by the way? Yes, these cities are in Europe. Can you tell me what's the weather like in London? Is it sunny? No. Is it cloudy? Yes. Is it rainy? Yes. Now work with your classmate and tell each other what's the weather like in each city. All right, let's share our ideas with the class. It's sunny in Warsaw. It's cold and it's also rainy in Berlin. It's cloudy in Madrid and in many other cities. Now, boys and girls, look at this map. Tell each other which region of our country you're from. Talk about what's the weather like in your region most of the time. Do you have all 4 seasons? Can you talk about it? And our lesson is over. For your homework, I want you to write about your favorite season of the year and describe the weather. Goodbye. Take care, put on warm clothes, and try not to feel under the weather. Dear teachers, now it's high time to have some tea and discuss the demo lesson. Do you remember I asked you to pay attention to the types of activities I used to practice the target vocabulary? You might have noticed that I didn't pre-teach the words about weather. I only asked them to look at the pictures and match them to the phrases. 6th grade students won't have problems with naming the types of weather. However, some students may not be able to understand the difference between the phrases "it's raining" and "it's rainy." So I took some time to explain that. Then, when I asked the class to complete the sentences with the words about weather, what kind of activity was that? Did I predict the students' responses? Was the focus only on the target language? Yes, the students had to use vocabulary that they practiced at the beginning of the lesson. and their answers were quite predictable. What about the exercise with the map? When I asked them to look at the pictures and talk about the weather in the cities, did I know the exact language students were going to use? No. Students might say, the weather in Madrid is cloudy and cold. Some of them could say, it's cool and windy in Madrid. So this task was a little more creative and productive. In the last exercise, I asked students to talk about the weather in their regions. This kind of exercise is called a free exercise because students have freedom to use their own words. Some of them might have said, it was very hot. Others said it was rainy, and some others maybe said it was sunny and cool. As you noticed, students talked to each other while doing this task. So, was it a communicative activity? Yes, students had a chance to experiment with the language together with their classmates. So, let's sum up the main points. Always ask questions to check whether students understand the target vocabulary or structure. When giving tasks, mind the difficulty of the activities. The first task needs to be controlled. Give more freedom when doing the second task. And in the last activity, focus on students' fluency. I hope that my lesson was useful and that you learned something new. If you have questions regarding the lesson or methodology, please write to our email or in our website forum, Need to Get This Info. Our Lingua Tea Club is always open to our professional talk. Goodbye.